Suddenly, any debate about what to do with the West Bank had to take into account the growing number of Israeli civilians that were living there. But the rest of the world did not approve of this.
Fuck the rest of the world.
As the settler presence grew, the UN issued a resolution saying that the settlements had no legal validity and that they constitute a serious obstruction to achieving a comprehensive, just, and lasting.
Okay, determines, this is an angry email from some know-it-alls at the UN, a body, by the way, that has very little respect and has done very little for the world. For what they claim to be, there's a huge gap between what they are and what they think they are. So it has no legal validity. Says who? The right of conquest? The right of they attacked us and now we won a war against them? And we have historical claims to this land? But we're willing to coexist. It's just, like, what the fuck? I would in no way think that this statement it constitutes a serious obstruction to achieving a comprehensive, just, and lasting peace in the Middle East. Who's the human being that wrote that? I'm sorry, did I vote for that person to be God? Is that the supreme leader? Who wrote that? Kim Jong-un? No. No. 1,000% no. This thing is in flux. If you learn anything about history, you have to understand that there is no fair, there is no rules. It has to do with expansion, it has to do with history, it has to do with power, it has to do with military, it has to do with wars. And we have rules regarding wars and wars that are won and wars that are lost. This region was clearly in flux, had not been determined, had changed hands 1,000 times before, and for some reason we're supposed to stick to this sentence from an unknown writer? Just to be like, oh, okay, I guess that's settled.
Peace in the Middle East. They were basically saying that this settler activity was totally illegal. Two different...
Illegal? Under what court? The Israeli court? Who says it's illegal? You know what else is illegal? To start a war. That's illegal.
Narratives emerged here. One said that Jewish civilians were moving on to mostly empty plots of land that they had captured in a war.
Yeah, which is true.
And that had deep historical and spiritual significance to them.
Yeah, so some of these people are religious lunatics who go out there and they're kind of wacky with their whole, we got to be Jews and live in the land of the Jews. Okay, whatever. And then the rest of them are just regular people. In fact, 15% of the Jews in the West Bank are American, from America.
The other side, which is the side that most of the world took, said that these settlers were colonizing land to expand their nation.
Great, colonizing is good. I love colonialism. Yeah, awesome. They're creating something new, a homeland for the Jews. History is changing. It's evolving. By the way, the Muslims never used to exist, and then they conquered all these regions by the sword. So history starts after that. So they have the righteous and just claim to be there because they conquered it at some point. Well, they got reconquered by these guys called the Jews. And so things have changed. Move along.